If you're looking for general info on how to have work-life balance, this video is not for you. I struggled with work-life balance and I burnt out. So my corporate career, my income, my job are all disappeared instantly, and I don't wish that upon anyone. I know there's a lot of resources around, different advice, different charts you can look at and diagrams, and they all have value. But ultimately, I think work-life balance comes down to one thing, and that is, are you calling the shots in your life? Are you the leader of your life? Are you the one determining what happens with your time and your energy? Because whilst someone else is deciding that for you, I think it's really hard to have work-life balance. And I really don't know how people who have work, a job, or a business that's demanding, I don't know, and then they have a family, I have no idea how you do it. So if you are one of those people, I absolutely applaud you. You're just absolutely awesome. So for me, I struggled with work-life balance even when I was single. So I was working a lot of hours. As my income increased, of course, the workload increased, and I felt dependent on that job. So I would do whatever they said they wanted me to do. Now, since burning out, I have realised that one of the important things is for me to value myself. So whilst I'm valuing myself, it means I believe I have a choice. I believe that I can set up my life how I want it set up. I don't need to rely or depend on other people. I don't need to rely or depend on a job, an employer. I am worthy, and it might take me a bit longer to find what I'm looking for and to set up my life how I want it, but I know that I can. I fully know that I can. And that is powerful. Because whilst you're feeling you don't have a choice, it means, of course, you don't have a choice, because that's the way you're living your life. You're living your life according to what other people want, what other people expect, and what the world expects, what the norm is. So burning out for me was a blessing in disguise. It's meant I've had health issues for 20 years, but it's also been a blessing in disguise, because it means I have realised my worth, my importance. I've done a lot of personal growth throughout this time, and I have lots of resources I can share with you. So that reminds me, I will mention one of them. So I have if you go to the website brilliantunstoppableyou.com, there is a free guide there for the 5 steps to entrepreneurial freedom. So it's taking you through being the entrepreneur of your life. It's not just about being an entrepreneur in business, it's being the entrepreneur of your life where you're calling the shots. So that free guide is on that website. I've got lots of other things I can share with you too. Just, go to my channel and check it all out. But I started doing things to help myself. So as I said, it doesn't mean that it was quick to find a solution for what I was looking for. Okay, so I knew that I didn't want to go back to a job again, because I just did not see how I could have a healthy life working a job. I just cannot go back to that life again where there's all these demands on me and I feel I don't have a choice. Added to that, I have a family now, and I'd always wanted to be I'd always wanted to be a full-time mum like my precious mum was, so I definitely did not want to go back to a job. So as far as work-life balance, I do believe it comes back to what you believe you're worthy of and what you believe you have as a choice. Like, do you believe that you have a choice? Because if you don't think you have a choice, of course, it means you don't have a choice. It means you're living someone else's life. They're pulling your strings. So what can you do today to help yourself to actually believe in yourself, value yourself, honour yourself? What can you do today to set yourself as a priority? So remember, on the aeroplane they say put your air mask on first before you can help others. So it's the same thing here. You actually need to be looking after yourself so that then you can contribute and to make a difference in other people's lives. So really, I see it's a decision. It's a choice. Are you backing yourself? Are you following your dreams? Are you actually honouring what's important to you? If you write down all the things in your life, all the different things that happen in your life now, and then all the things you would like to have happen in your life on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, even yearly basis, what are the priorities? Where are you on the list of priorities? Where's your health and well-being on the list of priorities? But what are your priorities and what are you deciding for your time? It means you may need to step out of the comfort zone. It means you may need to learn new things and put new habits in place. It means that other people might get their nose out of joint because for once you're actually honouring yourself. You're actually choosing yourself first, but it needs to be done. So if you are working a job, what things can you do on a daily basis to help yourself, even if it's just 1 minute breaks? So it might be 1 minute to breathe, 1 minute to have a stretch, 1 minute to get some fresh air, 1 minute to have a drink of water. But just, even little things during the day, just to break up the workload and to just have a release during the day. So what can you do during the day when you're at work or when you're at home, whatever it might be, even if it's just the 1 minute breaks to help you to balance and calm? Can you delegate some tasks, or can you pay somebody to do some things? Or can you just say, do you know what? They're just not going to get done. They're just not going to get done. And especially if you're working full time, you need your downtime after work, or you need your downtime on the weekend, or you want your family time. So you want your lifestyle time. Maybe some things need to be let go of. I hope you're not cleaning the house or weeding the garden on weekends, unless you really love doing that. But I hope you're not, because your time, your health, your well-being, your relationships, all those things that are intangible, they're more important. As far as I'm concerned, they're more important than a clean house and a weeded garden, okay? You don't have to be everything to everyone, and you don't have to do everything yourself. Just give yourself a break. I want you to use your time and energy wisely and wholesomely. There's a few things I've learned over the years. So when you're writing down your priority list, you might want to write it in 4 categories. So the acronym is FORM, F-O-R-M. So family, occupation, recreation, money. Early on after burnout, I went to a health retreat, and they talk about the 8 laws of health, and you can just Google this as well. So I'll just read them out to you. So it's nutrition, exercise, water, sunlight, air, rest, trust, and temperance or self-control. So temperance and self-control, that's an interesting one, isn't it? I mean, what does it mean? What does it mean to you? So there will be things that you do want to be consciously deciding how much of that is in my life. It's very exciting. It's really exciting to actually have that power, like to know you have that power, to have the intention of this balance. What if I had a choice? What would my choice be? Today, I've done a little bit of work, and then we've been out for lunch. And then this afternoon is something with my son. I decided that I was never going back to a job again. I also decided that I wanted to be a full-time mum. I'd always wanted to be a full-time mum. So it means that I went looking for a solution so I could do that. Now, I looked at a lot of different opportunities. I knew I needed to be self-employed to be doing that, but I also wanted something where it's from home. So I looked at a lot of different things until I finally found, I found one business that I do now that ticked the boxes so that I could set up the lifestyle. But it needed to be able to be, it needed to be worth my time and effort, and it needed to be able to replace my 6-figure corporate income, which it has. I could have just either gone back to a job or I could have just chosen to do a part-time job outside of the home where I'm earning like $20 an hour. I could have decided to do what most other people do, but I didn't. I knew what I wanted, and I knew that there were people around that had what I wanted. So it means I had to find those people, and I had to find out what they were doing and see if there was opportunity for me. But it still came back to me valuing myself and valuing what sort of lifestyle I wanted. So that work-life balance, like my health is important to me. So I'm never going to have the life that I used to have. My life needs to be completely different. I want the time, I want the energy, I want the relationships, I want the fun, I want the freedom, and I want the money. I chose to go for what I wanted, and I kept looking until I found it. I wish for you work-life balance. I hope that there has been some goodness in this video. Please look at the other videos on my channel, and I'd love you to subscribe. It means you'll get updates on, every Monday I upload a new video on different topics. So it might be to do with personal growth and transformation and breaking through. It might be to do with online business or choosing a home-based business or how to choose a legitimate business or all of that. Replacing your income so you can get out of the job and have that balance. So I post on all different topics. So yes, I'd love you to subscribe, and I wish you total peace and prosperity, the work-life balance, the lifestyle that you're really, really looking for.